Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I pray that you all are having an amazing week. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this reading. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can get the notifications every time I post. So the overview for this week starts with dim bones, 7 of knives, 9 of baskets, and the 3 of baskets. These energies really bring in a sense of reward. So there's been some work that you've done, dedicated work. You put your heart, you put your soul, you put everything you got into this work that you've been doing. And I feel like you're going to be getting some rewards that are actually kind of shocking. Like you're not expecting for that work to have been as solid as it was, or for it to have been received in the way that it was. So there are going to be some open doors coming in your path, on your path. You have the 9 of baskets as well. This 9 of baskets talks about that fulfillment, having those material things, having, living a good life, feeling pretty good about your lifestyle and the things that you're manifesting and bringing into your life. It also shows a level of mastery in harnessing that energy and also, expelling what needs to be expelled. So there are some energies around here that also are like, okay, you need to make sure that you're protecting your energy. Make sure that you're not just giving away, your pearls and all of this stuff to swine. Make sure that you're really honoring yourself, your gifts, your truths. Make sure that you're following your intuition this week as well. I feel like that's going to be very important because I feel like some of the rewards that you're going to be getting, they're not people, and maybe even you yourself are not going to necessarily say, okay, well, this exactly came from this place over here. Some of these things may seem to almost manifest out of the blue, but I'm feeling like there is work, there is energy that's been putting in, that has been that has gone unseen, it's gone unnoticed. And this energy is like, now it's time to reap those rewards. Now it's time to bring in that harvest, right? You're bringing in the gifts and the blessings from the work that you've put in, and work that people probably tried to say you weren't doing, work that you may not even have been completely confident that you were doing, but it was being done. And you're being rewarded for your faith. You're being rewarded for moving forward continuously, regardless of what you had to move through. And then you have the 3 of baskets, which talks about a union coming together. This is those relationships from elder to baby. Those are those energies coming back together, unifying, working together, collaborating. And so between the energies and the work ethic that you have already put forward, and the energies of the universe supporting your ancestors, your spirit guides, anybody else that is on your team, all of those energies coming together have helped to bring about these manifestations. So trust this process. I feel like there's so much reward if you allow yourself to trust the process, especially the process of things that you cannot see exactly how they're going to play out yet. It's like those are the things that are bringing some of the most amazing and juicy fruits. Okay. And then you end with the Justice card. So all of this is just. All of this is coming in due time. It is time for these energies. You worked hard for it. The universe has worked in your favor for it. They're rewarding you for staying in integrity, for moving in your power, even when you may not have felt like you were moving in your power. We all have our moments. We all have our times. We're asked to just keep going, not give up. Continue to work on bettering yourself and becoming the best version of yourself that you have to offer. And in doing that, regardless to how high or how low it is on any particular day, that continued movement is going to reach success. Okay, so this week, expect to receive some gifts, expect to receive some blessings. And I feel like, this could be coworkers or people that you're around that you may not even realize have been watching you and observing you and how much you've been putting in. And it's like just out of love, they want to pour into you. And it feels like the universe is sending things to you where they just want to pour into you. So be open to receive, right? And that's part of that magic and just allowing for things to flow, especially when you don't know from A to Z, right? You may know A and B, or you may know none of it, right? But allow for that energy to flow, because when you allow that energy to flow, you allow for the universe to bring in blessings and gifts to you that would not have the ability to come in otherwise. So leave room for spirit to move in your life this week and watch what happens. Okay. So we're going to get into the beginning of the week. We have Father of Knives, Father Sims, Church, and Eight of Coins. And then we also have Cult in Reverse and Monkey Babble. So Father of Knives talks about, he's like the King of Spade, or the King of Wands. And so some of those similar energies, so just so you have a good idea as to what kind of energies you're working with this particular card. But he talks a lot about, time being up. You no longer have the ability to sit around and do things that are, or other people no longer have the ability to sit around in your energy, not helping it to thrive, not causing you to become those better versions of yourself. So it's like it's time out for any of the distractions. It's time out for anybody coming against you. It's time out for any of that extra drama. All that extra stuff is being moved out of your way. And the King of Wands can also be like that judgment, law enforcement kind of energy. So there's someone that's coming forward here that's saying, nope, time's up. And this Monkey Babble with the Cult card in reverse is like there's been conversation about a group. There's been conversation about this group that has been moving ill, and that time is up. It's time, Father Sims, the Temperance card. It's time to bring in that balance. It's time to bring in energies that are cohesive, right? And to remove anything that's not. So some of you may find that you're feeling like doing some cord cutting or some energy removal work, whatever method it is that you use. You may find that during the beginning of the week, you're kind of getting some of that energy. You may just want to clean your house, clean your space, freshen up the energies that are present so that you can move forward without these old energies that have been removed, or in some people's cases are being removed. And so you want to make sure that that space is nice and clean and clear so you can bring in all of these new things. You have room to hold them and they're not being tampered with or interfered with, because there's a lot of you who have been working really hard and you haven't seen what you expected to have seen because you had people leeching off your energy or outright stealing from you in the physical. Okay. So now you also have Church, 44, and 8 of Coins. Okay. So the Church card really talks about there being this unifying of minds, thoughts, beliefs, energies coming together, a collective. And you have the 8 of Coins, which talks about work. It talks about entrepreneurship. It could talk about internships. You can talk about new opportunities, writing. The 8 always carries a lot of power, a lot of karma, a lot of stability in its creation and its manifestations. I usually see the 8 as it's creating something. It is that 4 energy evolved. And so here we have this energy of the collective coming together with the work ethic and those energies. And so expect there to be some transformation, some elevation, some promotion, some new opportunities that come regarding work. You could be in a situation where maybe you've been looking for work and you happen upon, this group of people or this particular company, or maybe you just come together with like-minded people and you all are able to get some things going career-wise. Maybe you have some ideas that you want to actually bring forth and provide for other people. And so you'll have those things necessary to do that. You'll have the backing. You'll have the foundation to be able to do that. And the 44 is an 8 as well. So you're dealing with those double 8s. And 8s have been coming up a lot. So you all may have been seeing like triple 8s or double 8s showing up in your energy or just in your, your day-to-day life or whatever. So make sure that you're paying attention to those energies because they're prompting you in your direction. They're prompting you. And sometimes you'll see these numbers or these signs and you won't necessarily know what they mean. But if you just allow yourself to just take a deep breath and allow for that energy to just sit for a minute, you'll find that sometimes the answer just comes to you. And it may come so quickly that you kind of second guess, okay, what was that for? Or maybe there's a bird and that bird is an ancestor. And maybe there is a loving feeling that you feel. Maybe there's an energy of presentness that that bird brings you to, right? Like you were all over the place, and all of a sudden when you saw that bird, you were able to be present in that moment. And in that moment, you needed to connect. You needed to be present, okay? And so trust that the signs and the messages and the feelings or the thoughts that come up, because sometimes the messages are not physical, right? Sometimes it's a feeling you get all of a sudden. Sometimes it is something that keeps playing in your mind, right? So make sure that you are, just paying attention to the ways that the universe wants to communicate with you, because you are being pulled into the folds of this really supportive collective, right? And this collective is going to help you to go really far in terms of your goals and, your career. So now we have the middle of the week. Okay, and we have the middle of the week with the Five of Baskets and Dr. Grant. Dr. Grant is the Hermit card. And then you also have the Son of Knives and the Ten of Sticks. Now, I pulled some index cards just to give some additional information regarding these energies that are showing up. The Five of Baskets energy talks about there being a change in relationship, a change in emotion. There's things that have been discarded, left behind. Maybe you have come out of a period of hardship, or maybe you're coming out of a period of hardship. Maybe you're leaving this space where you have had to be more internal, Dr. Grant. Maybe you're leaving this space where you have had to fight or been in the midst of conflict or drama, or just trying to settle certain energies or remove certain energies from your life. That Son of Knives. And then that Ten of Sticks, you're reaching that place where you have finally overcome these energies. And so with the middle of the week, we are asked to make sure that we are counting the blessings, counting the things that have made it through, the people in our circle. Are these people who have stuck by you through the storm? Have they added to what's in your baskets, right? Are you adding to what's in their baskets? But making sure that as you look over everything in your life, as you continue to move forward through this week, make sure you are finding the gems and the baskets and the things that are useful, the things that are still viable, those things that are worth your attention and your time. So you're aware of the value that you already hold. Right? It's hard to bring in new things when you feel like what you already have is not enough, because what you're going to end up doing is constantly going back into that space that does not feel like it's enough, trying to fill that void, when the truth is that it is already enough. But you have to know that, so that you don't create an energetic space of voidness in your pot of manifestation. Right? It's like if someone had someone couldn't taste salt in their dish. And so they're making this dish and they feel like, it's not enough salt. They can't taste it. They keep adding salt, right? Think of that salt as that void. They keep adding it in because they don't taste what it is that they feel they're supposed to taste or feel. All along, they had everything that they needed, right? That was good. Now they have got a slug's worst nightmare in a pot, right? It's too much going on. It's too much. And now trying to change or fix that problem is so much harder, right? So make sure you're being mindful of, what it is that you're putting into your pots, your baskets, being mindful of who is in your energy, what is in your energy, what you're doing with this time and this space. Okay. So in terms of the index cards, you had Victory and you had I Am He. This is the older man, more mature man. And so there's an energy, once again, that you overcoming something. Maybe you're in a space, the Scorpio card came up as well. So maybe you're in a space where you're overcoming some situation. Maybe there was an older man. I think there is a father card that came out towards the end of the week. So, this could be a father figure. This could be a grandfather. This could be a boss, someone of authority that you look up to. Or maybe, this could have been a teacher. This could be a situation of like someone who just left a bad taste in your mouth, but maybe their words or their actions kind of impacted you in a really negative way as you move forward. Maybe there was a lack of confidence, lack of opportunities. Maybe someone was trying to get in the way of your opportunities or your victory. But there's an energy of you overcoming these things, of you rising from the ashes of what was meant to destroy you, what could have destroyed you. And you're coming into this new space. So I feel like there's some energies that are going to be being returned as well during the middle of this week. So and a clearing out, because it really doesn't even feel like this past week, the energies were really heavy. They were really intense. They felt like, okay, there is karma is coming. Like it was that heavy energy, that really heavy, intense energy. And this week, it doesn't really feel intense. It just feels like it's clearing out the last of the muck, right? Yeah, so there's an energy of you overcoming a situation. You've gone in, you've done the internal work, and now it's time for you to move forward. You have overcome what used to be a struggle, what used to be a battle, what used to be conflict. You have moved beyond that. And so now your path is clear, right? There's 6 under the Scorpio. Right side up, this card would be a 9, right? Which can talk about endings and transformation and graduation. But upside down, this 6 talks about there being a pathway that has been cleared. There being energies that have been moved out of the way. And so now you have the ability to move forward. Now you get to decide whether you move forward. And the high side of that Scorpio, which is the eagle who's flying, who's free, who can see the big picture. Or you're dealing with someone who is the lower end of that Scorpio, the one who is the scorpion with the stinker out, who is maybe more laser focused on this particular thing. And it can kind of come up as obsession. It can come up as revenge. It can come up as anger you can't get rid of. It can come up as just resentment or, feeling some kind of way. And so with these energies, you're being asked to let that go, right? Those energies are in those baskets that got destroyed in this 5 of baskets card. Let it go. Take what is for you and move on, okay? And that's the best kind of revenge you could ever get on someone wanting to get in your way, wanting to step on your feet, cause issues, all of that kind of stuff. There's more for you on the other side of all of that, okay? Now, as we move into the end of the week, we have the 2 of baskets, the 10 of knives, daughter of sticks. And then we have, and it was interesting because these particular cards wanted to come out separately, but in these particular groups. So you have the 4 of coins with the 5 of knives up underneath it and the mother of coins up underneath the 5 of knives. And then you have the 2 of coins. Okay, so with the 2 of baskets, the 10 of knives, and the daughter of sticks, you had ending and father come up. So there could be, once again, we talked about it with the I am he card, that older man, more mature man. There could be a father or a father figure, maybe someone who is a father to your children, right? But that relationship, that thing is ending. Whatever was binding you all together in this karmic relationship, whatever was binding you in these experiences has come to an end. That 10 of knives, you have come out of this space, and you've done it with this daughter of sticks whose energy moves with so much power and so much speed that she gets that job done quickly. And there's no questions about what was left behind or what wasn't done. It's done. It's complete. Okay? So know that if you've been dealing with something with a father figure of, whether it's your father, your grandfather, your children's father, the father figure could come up as someone who has that kind of energy in your life, even if they're not literally in the father role, right? But there is endings that are coming, and they're necessary endings. And then when we move over to the mother of coins, Five of Knives and the Four of Coins, this energy actually felt like there was someone, right, who there's some justice coming. Let me just put it that way, because what I see and what I saw when I first looked at these cards was that there is someone who has been lying, and this could be in spiritual court, this could be in physical court, but there is someone who's been lying on you. It could be to the court of the people around you. It could be that monkey babble card, that gossip and just spreading lies and mess, that kind of thing, just messy kind of energy, right? It could be that they have been speaking to that kind of court, but there has been lies, betrayal, there have been things that have been done, and now you can see them. They've been done to get in the way of this Mother of Coins. The Mother of Coins is masterful in her ability to utilize her wealth and to grow her wealth, right? And she does this not because it literally is just, I mean, it is easy on one level, but on the other level, it's not easy. It's taken work for her to get to this point, right? And there's some people that came in, or a group of people maybe that came in who didn't want to have to do that work. They saw this and they were like, you know what, I want that too. And you know what, I can do this, and that, and I might be able to get this from here. I might be able to take this from this person. And it doesn't have to be finances. It could just be things of value, right? It could be your time. It could be your energy. It could be relationships around you. Maybe they got into some stuff and they kind of muddied some waters, right? But there is a shifting that is coming, because it's Four of Coins. It talks about having stability and financial wealth and having all those wonderful things. But there's also an energy of someone looking for those finances. They're looking for those coins, those things of value, right? And then the Two of Coins comes in, wanting to balance things out. So someone, right? Someone has been seen. Whoever has been moving in these ways, someone has been seen, because while they were looking to take from you, there was someone looking for that value. That value that maybe they was like, you know, maybe this doesn't sound right, or this doesn't sound like this person, or for whatever reason, I'm feeling like I need to take a second look at this thing, because maybe there's an opportunity here with this person that I didn't notice. Maybe it's something more to be seen. Maybe it's something more to be had, something more to grow, right? And this Two of Coins is saying, okay, we're bringing in that balance. We're bringing in the balance of values. And so whoever was moving wrong is going to be outed. Whoever was moving wrong will be outed, and there is nothing that they will be able to do to stop that energy. It's like this energy almost feels old, like almost like it almost happened. Or I mean, it already happened, or like this energy is like you have already moved out the way. Like I don't even feel your energy present right here. But I feel whoever that Five of Knives is, that energy is the one having to do with this. And last week, I think, actually, I talked about you having had moved on, and there was a point or a period in the week where you were leaving the ops, what you call them that, behind in the dust. And they were having to sit and deal with their energy. So by the end of the week here, you're not even present. You're not even present in their story, in this part of it. Yeah, things are being balanced out for you in your life, but you don't have to be present with this drama anymore. You've moved on. You're creating some new things with this church, this Eight of Coins energy. You know, you're getting ready for these blessings, the surprises that are coming in, the things that you've worked for. So your energy isn't even there. And then for the index cards, you have Accident. You have Oya in reverse. And then you had the Fear card. Now, I actually think when I pulled, I think the Fear card was actually up here with this Bully card and the Ten of Sticks. So just in terms of that, with the Ten of Sticks and the Bully card, with the Fear card, there's an energy of you overcoming. Once again, I think we talked about that overcoming energy. But that Fear card also wanted to sit down here with this Oya card in reverse. So there's an accident, right? Oya, I think of her as like she is like at least in this particular reading, her energy feels like she is holding those scales, right? She is the one that you have to pass through to get to the other side, right? So she's weighing the situation. You have accident with Oya, right? So somebody made an accident when they did, or moved in a way that they shouldn't have. They moved in a way that created an accident. Maybe they wanted to create accidents in your life, and they have accidents coming towards them. Somebody sent something to you to bring about accidents, misfortune, not having what it is that you needed, not being able to move forward in the way that you want. Somebody wanted to stop you. Somebody wanted to put a halt in the work that you were doing. And Oya is showing up like, yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not going down. This is done, right? And then you have this fear card. So there's an energy of someone is afraid, because I don't know if they are physically aware of, because they've got physical representation to say, hey, karma is coming, or whether it is that internal knowing that something is different. Something is not moving the way they expected it to. There is change that is coming, and it's bringing up fear. This Two of Coins, right? This Two of Coins could have them in a space where maybe they are used to being like this bully card up here. Maybe they're used to being that bully, right? They're used to having you in a fearful space. And when you're in a fearful space, you can't bring about balance. You can't create from that space, because it's too much mud in that water, right? So there's an energy of here of like, they were used to you being in a fearful state. They were used to you being in a state where you were stuck and stagnant because of your beliefs, and they loved to get in there and just stir up that fear, right? Stir up that anger, stir up that confusion, stir up your inability to trust yourself. That's over now. That's over now. And now they are the ones that are running afraid. And they may very well be met with an accident. And this accident will bring endings. So, whether that is physical endings because they've lost their lives, whether this is an ending because there is no more ability for them to connect, and they now have to suffer the consequence of no longer having energy to draw on, right? Which means their lives are going to fall apart. Their lives are already falling apart, but they will continue to fall apart, okay? And I feel like this is a very, very, very long road for them. So they made their bed, let them lay in it. You keep moving forward and getting your blessings, okay? All right, so this is going to be the end of the reading. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for supporting. Definitely leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear, how these energies are playing out in your lives personally. If you want to book a reading, all of my information is going to be down in the description below. Again, make sure that you like and subscribe so you can get these notifications every week when I post, and you can stay up to date with the energies that are coming in for us. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll talk soon. Bye.